Hey everyone, it's me Catherine, and today I am here to try and summarise my spoiler-free thoughts on King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo, the first book in a new duology set in the Grishaverse. Okay, so first off, before jumping straight into the review, some of you are probably wondering if you haven't read any of the previous books set in the Grishaverse, if you can jump straight into this one. And as much as I would like to say yes and have all of you jump into Nikolai's story, because Nikolai is great and I love him, there are some major spoilers for the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology, and we're following characters that we've followed before, so without that previous knowledge and without that the connection that's already been built, I don't see how you would get as much out of it compared to if you had read the previous books. So as much as I'd like to say yes, you can start here, it's probably no, but this is just my recommendation, my personal opinion. Obviously it's down to you and your choice and what you ultimately decide you want to do, but that's that. Okay, so straight into the thoughts. So it's been really hard trying to sum up exactly what I feel about this book, because although I loved it, like, don't get me wrong, I did really enjoy this, and I love that we're following Nikolai in this, because this book is basically following Nikolai. I think we're 3 years. I think it's 3 years after the events that took place in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So we're following him and the Grisha in Ravka, and how they're dealing with the aftermath of the Shadow and Bone trilogy and what they're getting on with and stuff. So that was really nice to see. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed seeing the relationship that Nikolai's formed with these Grisha, because I don't think he really had much of a chance in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, at least with some of them, like Genya and Zoya, who he spends a lot of time with. I don't recall him having much to do with them in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, so it's nice seeing what kind of relationship he's formed with them, what kind of bonds he's made, and what he's been doing with them to sort of keep Ravka from falling to ruin, basically. So it's been really nice seeing that. I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and also we get a perspective from Nina, which is great, because again it's nice seeing how she's been coping with everything that happened in the Six of Crows duology. It's nice being back with her and seeing what she's doing with herself and how she's coping with what's happened previously. So that's been really nice, and I really like that it's told like it is in Six of Crows, because obviously the Shadow and Bone trilogy, we get from, it's first person from Alina's perspective. Six of Crows, we get different, it's told from different characters' perspectives, and it's the same in King of Scars, which I think is great, because it gives us more insight, and we get a deeper look into more of these characters and what they're thinking and what they're feeling, because we didn't get that from them in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So it's nice seeing from Nikolai's perspective. It's great being with Nikolai and seeing how he's dealing with this. It's also really nice to see more of Zoya, because she was very closed off in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. She wasn't very open with the people around her, so you weren't really sure what she was thinking, what she was feeling, and what her motivations really were. So that I've really enjoyed being with Zoya and seeing all of that, seeing some of the things that she's had to go through, and seeing what she's currently going through and how she's dealing with everything and coping with the aftermath of what happened at the end of Ruin and Rising. It's also really nice, I've just said this, but it's really nice to see the bond that the relationship that Nikolai and Zoya have made. Not in the romantic sense, but in the sense of a king and his general, and sort of like the trust that they have developed between each other, the trust that they've got, the trust that they have between them. I really enjoyed seeing that. I was really hoping that we'd get more of like Nikolai and Zoya together, because again we didn't get it in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, so it's been really nice seeing that. So overall I enjoyed the characters in this and being back with these characters and getting more from them. In that sense I got that's exactly what I wanted from this book. So that was good. On the other hand, I think if it hadn't ended how it had ended, I might have enjoyed it more, but for me it ended on a bit of a sour note. I can't go into details because it will be major spoilers, but I feel like where the book let me down was the fact that this delves a bit more into Merzost, or magic, and the consequences of magic and the consequences of what happened, what the Darkling did, and what the Shadowfold actually was and did. And well, it's nice seeing that, and I really like that we're sort of looking a bit more into the actual use of magic. I don't know if I fully understood what happened, and I think that took a little bit away from the enjoyment because I didn't understand, which is never good. So I think that definitely took a little bit away for me. But depending what happens in the next book, hopefully maybe more information will come to light that helps me understand exactly what happened, and then it'll be okay. And then, like I said, the ending did end on a bit of a sour note, but like I said, I can't talk about that because it would be big spoilers. I will be doing a spoilery chat after this to talk about all of my feelings on the ending, which should be up soon after this video. But overall, I did really enjoy it, and I really enjoy being back with these characters, being back in this world, and just being with them all again. It's just been really nice, and I really enjoyed it. It's just a bit of a shame about the ending, but that is it for this spoiler-free review. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've read this, what your spoiler-free thoughts are, and I will hopefully see you in another video. Bye!